Hey guys, we're live. I'm OJ. We're gonna be talking about the Tony Chase. We're gonna be talking about the Satellite Man, and then we're gonna be talking about Cassandra. Everyone loves her. Am I right? Sorry I haven't been on between family stuff, and I've had stuff going on. My back's been hurting, and then my kid was sick, and then I've been sick. We're all better. We're just trying to get back, and I'm starting to go on this morning. This is OJ in the evening. Usually we go on in the morning. We did not do that. We did not put out any postings on why we weren't doing that. So to make it up for you guys, we're on now. That's the best I could do. And if you don't like that, then I apologize sincerely. You know, I was trying to do the best I could over here. And that's my statement. Okay, so that's that. We're here. We're going to be watching Tony Chase. We're going to be watching Cassandra. I thank you guys for being here. All right, let's get right into it. It's Tony Chase.
And how you guys doing? This is very important in reference to the crimes of home invasion and the criticism of these people trying to
home invasion,
criticize the way a person eats, smacking a person in their teeth, smacking a person in their face.
I do not believe that's a good thing to do.
And head and other body parts, them flipping into people's faces with their satellites, like flipping them in the face and the eyes and the nose and mouth and shit like that.
Not cool.
Them invading a person's privacy, spying on them in the shower, claiming they thought they didn't take a shower correctly. No, man, you're violating American law.
How could they do that? Good faith. How could they do that? How could they feel good about that? I stand with Tony.
You're violating cultural laws too. You might be able to spy at your own race, but my race does not accept that shit.
Right.
And they can legally kill you for home invasion and torturing people.
That's right. You can't do that.
Claiming you thought everybody was dirty except for your dirty Middle Eastern German ass or whatever the fuck you are. Whatever race you are spying on.
Well, that sounds a little bit racist there, Tony, but I can't stand with you on that. But we'll hear him out.
My race, with your gay obsessions or your sexual obsessions and your perverse activities of terrorizing and mutilating a person. Then you thought you would mutilate a person.
Well, they shouldn't mutilate people. That's a confirmed fact.
Like you didn't know there was records of the person's teeth before you did this shit. And the medical professionals of my race are smarter than your race.
Hey, EFS, how you doing?
So you're not going to get away with your mutilations in America, motherfucker. You're not going to get away with your lies in the medical industry, you
wrong day for that.
Fucking sicko. You better quit touching me with your satellite.
Sounds like he's got a fish tank in the background, doesn't it? Am I right?
Satellite. You better stop your criticism and your lies and your illegal spying. Meaning this person spies on me and tries to criticize my lifestyle when they had kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions. Even though you're holding me hostage, motherfucker.
The guy on the screen is Tony Chase, and he's got a lot to say. He believes that satellite men are controlling his movements. My name is OJ, or Obnoxious John. My real name is Ralph. It's great to see you, Mark.
I own more property in America than you. I own larger mansions in America than you.
Isn't he funny? Isn't he the best? Other than I don't agree with his racist statements, of course, but other than that, he's got a lot to say.
Even though I'm not at home at my mother and father's mansions right now, I am the owner forever. So on paper, dumbass, on paper, Let's see what you own in America. Let's see who you are. Let's see what your DNA is. Let's see everything about you.
Yeah, he's calling the satellite man out. I'll tell you what, government man, the satellite man.
On paper and in video, dumbass. You think because you got a satellite, you think you're going to try to act like the richest person in this country?
Wrong day for that.
You think you're going to act like the largest landowner in this country because you got a satellite? Who do you think the largest landowner is? Who do you think the largest business owner in America is?
I think he means it's him. I'm not sure.
Who do you think, dumbass? Better quit slowing down my video, too. Trying to alter words. Like they're trying to make it look like a lip syncing shit.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Let's see what your information is, government man. I'm the owner of everything my parents owned and my grandparents. Never signed, never gave, never sold, never. Not ever going to either. Any damage you've caused on my body can constitute the death penalty
Howdy, couch.
on you. Just remember that no matter where the fuck you came from, dumbass.
Wrong day to mess with the satellite man. I'll tell you what.
Better quit messing with my videos. You're trying to alter my words, motherfucker.
Next one.
And how you guys doing? This is another point of history. Don't forget.
How you doing, PA podcast?
Even though Adolf Hitler tried to steal many countries and he tried
what an opening, huh? Right to Hitler.
to occupy other countries, don't forget, the Germans never won. They're not the government of other countries.
I don't think they ever said they were. Am I right or what?
They're not the government of America either. America has its own laws. Do you understand that?
I do. I don't know about anyone else.
No country in the world is ran by Germans besides Germany.
Oh, hey, Ted. Thank you. Same here. Appreciate you being here.
Do you understand that? It's illegal for there to be too many Germans in American government, too. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Like I said, does he have a fish tank? I don't see it, though.
So even though Adolf Hitler waged a war and kidnapped and raped and murdered and mutilated and stole from people and countries, the only country that Germany is Germany. They
Makes sense. I mean,
never got away with overthrowing any country in the world. Do you understand that? Or whatever race these satellite controllers are, or these government people that are trying to steal America. It is a crime.
it's definitely a high crime.
It is violations of law and ethnicity and the original 13 colonies laws and the laws of history and the
I'll tell you what, he knows his stuff.
Constitution, illegal searching a person's face, illegally causing injuries to a person, illegally torturing a person, claiming they're interrogating a person with a satellite. Their activities and their abuses of these government people is violations of law.
I don't disagree there, Tony.
Do you understand that? The activity of satellite technology is not a legal form of law enforcement. Are you aware of that in reference to American laws? The government
Yes.
damaging or mutilating people's faces is illegal. And don't forget, government is not untouchable in America. Neither are the branches of government. They're a guide.
True. So is it judicial, executive, and what's the other one?
Lines
Hey,
and laws of
Mike.
this
Mike B, how you doing?
country.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Before these people got into government, before they were
What was it? Executive, judicial, and the other one.
messing up people's
It's been a long time since I've been in high school.
teeth and faces. The Constitution's been around for hundreds of years.
Well, some people don't respect the Constitution, Tony. That's the problem.
Illegal searching, illegal physical assault, illegal detainment, captivity crimes, the activity of them using satellites
Oh, I didn't know that, Couch. I'll have to write that down.
as a game of
Thank you.
hunting and like it was a sport, of them torturing and zapping and tasering and mutilating people is a crime. And they have to have warrants
Oh,
for their
legislative? Okay.
satellite activity.
A good call, Mike. Legislative.
Any fabrications of them accusating against me, they must appear in court. Don't forget, my parents was richer than anybody in American government. And don't forget, my parents was both female hermaphrodites, royalty.
Yeah, don't you forget it.
So these government men and their political Nazi party or their regime, some of these people probably had no right being president or governors or mayors in this country in the first place.
I agree. How could you not agree with that?
And that has to be reviewed. The satellite man's still hitting me in the face on the left side. See, they bruised it again.
Power off.
Let me tell you what I'm surprised with all Tony's stuff that he actually has an Alexa. I would think that that's something you wouldn't want to have if you have all these theories that he has. Not saying nothing against him, just saying it's kind of one item I don't really want in my house is that Alexa thing.
My face right here, and they're bending on my palate. I'm not your race. And if you didn't know, in reference to Germans in government, somebody claimed that they had, some of these people claimed that they had gotten their American status from.
Oh, not sure, Dale. Not sure.
German politicians. Oh, I hate to tell you, Germans are not allowed to empower. Never in my mouth. Germans are not allowed to empower foreigners to come into this country to hurt Americans.
I agree with Couch. Alexa's the actual satellite man. This guy talks a lot about Germany. I don't know what his obsession is about Germany.
You understand that? And I'm a real royal. So if a German had
We're not questioning you, Tony. We're backing up.
Supposedly empowered somebody from the Middle East that claimed they were a royal, they don't outrank me. They don't outrank my land ownership or my company ownership. And whoever those people are that allowed these Middle Eastern assassins in satellite control rooms or whatever they are, those people need to get ordered into court.
I was on speaking of Alexis, I don't like things like that. A couple months ago, I was on hold for one of these companies. You know how they put you on hold and they have the robots talk or whatever. Anyways, I said under my breath, I said, this is ridiculous. Of course, thinking I wasn't talking to the machine. And the automated machine said something like, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm like, Jesus. You know, it's the last thing I want is an Alexa in my house.
For attempts of murder and fraud. And there was supposedly a Middle Eastern man that was in California that had broke into my mother's mansion and stole billions of dollars. That man needs to get apprehended and ordered into court.
Yeah, because that's definitely illegal. You can't be doing that.
That man never had a right being on the property. I'm the only person that has legal right to live in my mother and father's mansions. They're not for sale either. And they won't ever be. They're historically protected by royal family history and American history laws and international history laws. So whoever the person is that's blocking.
Yeah, you can't trump international law. That's pretty protected stuff.
Me from my mother and father's mansions, that person needs to get arrested for trespassing and for blocking me and holding me hostage all these years. Law books, man.
True. Let's see what Cassandra's doing. Am I right? Hey, MST, how you doing? Hey, Chilio. See what she's got going on. Am I right? Try to find something good here. Just bear with me here.
My favorite.
So she's watching TV here. You're welcome, Chilio. It's nice that you thank me, even though Blind Mike isn't capable of doing that. So don't get me started there.
Twist to fit the mold that I am in, but things just get so crazy. Oh yeah.
This is all the same live.
We're probably going to use that. Actually, we are going to use that, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Dale. I'm not sure about the Hackamania. I don't know. I don't really want to go. There's some people going there. I don't really want to see them, so I don't really want to take the train. I don't want to take the plane. I don't want to take the bus. I don't want to take a bike. So probably not going to Hackamania.
Maybe. I don't know, maybe. All right, go away. No, I don't want you watching. Go. I'm going to let you sit over there.
I'm sorry, Dale. Let's go back to Tony Chase. She's boring. This is new from today.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is very important in reference to people making up slanderous things because my parents wouldn't do business with them because they're people who couldn't pass a background check, or the fact of people trying to steal control of my mother and father's empire.
Wrong day for that.
And my grandparents' empires are messing with.
That's true, Mike. Maybe we'll go back to her in a little while. Maybe MST. Maybe. I also consider going on a boat or a goat.
With my mouth, they're smashing on my teeth. They're jacking up the jaw. They've damaged tissue up here with their satellite. They're doing that right now, and it's causing damage.
I'll consider it on ST. Going in the car with his R.
And it's 4:17 p.m.
Like 36 hours from Cleveland, though. You know what I mean? I think we should do more events in Cleveland.
2025, and that satellite man is still hitting me up here in the face and jaw, where they're creating damage and they're singeing and burning tissue and bone. Attempted murder every day.
Hey, Potato, if you're watching, you could hop on if you want. Rocco, same deal. If you're watching, you can hop on if you want. I know you don't like Tony Chase, Cardiff, but still, we can still chill if you want. I know you watch the show once in a while when we do the show. I don't know what your schedule is right now, but you're welcome on.
I don't believe in their fucking mutilation shit when they hate somebody because they won't be involved with their lives. No.
Let's see what else we got.
And how you guys doing? And don't forget, American law, there is a law that says if somebody had been through trauma and had injuries and been injured by government, that if the government prevents them from healing from those injuries, the government has to be charged and prosecuted and sued.
I think I did hear that. Mike V advises maybe he can get the radio on his fillings now. Maybe. It's a good idea.
For intentional crimes of causing injuries to a person. They've never even paid me.
Does anyone know where he's podcast? Is that his garage or his kitchen or his living room?
For their stupid accusations that they had made in their falsifying.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Couch. I wrote it down. We'll check it out. Maybe we could check it out now.
Of investigations. They have still been terrorizing me and burning me and hitting me with satellite transmissions on every day. Every day. They have not stopped. They kidnapped me from California. They intentionally have been causing me injuries and physically assaulting me with satellites all these years.
Not cool. I don't know. I typed it in. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. I'm going to put the @ sign. Or no, it goes to the beginning. Maybe he wiped it clean. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. We'll go back to this original. Yeah, I'll keep looking later for that, though. It's a good heads up there.
And how you guys doing? This is very important in reference to the crimes of government and the differences in culture of what some people do and what people have been doing with their abusive positions in government, such as them torturing people, such as them damaging people's faces. And
Mike V's advising they do the same thing to him. He's been kidnapped and zapped with satellites daily. It's rough. I bet. Yep. I bet. Hey, Skinny Chad, how you doing?
Teeth and telling them they have to wear masks.
Oh, I missed the R.
Claiming they were trying to force them to hide their beauty or to hide their looks.
I'll try it.
Like it was some foreign fucking country where they violated the freedom of people, where they tried to make people have to wear veils over their face because the government wanted to fuck up their teeth, or the government was trying to mess up their teeth to make them wear a veil, as if the government was trying to support illegal cultural forces or influences, such as them damaging people's teeth and faces. No. All those politicians damaging people's teeth and faces.
It's unacceptable for sure.
Need to show up in court. Any branch of government that's doing that shit too. People in this country are allowed to have beautiful teeth, no matter who the fucking politicians are or government people. You're not allowed to mess up people's teeth and try to make people look like trash to make yourself look better. You understand that? Beverly McCann alone too.
What they do is lie and cheat, laugh and joke. The government.
They're messing with my cat. You can hear her meowing. But this government man trying to make people wear masks by fucking up.
I tried it with the art, still didn't. I'll try it one more time. Royal Howard Hughes. See, he's got the R in there, right? I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it.
Pretending that she's the victim when she's the villain. When she thought she was going to do one thing, then another thing happened.
I'll try it again
and
in a little
still
while.
Another thing happened, and it's what she calls.
I'll try it in a few more minutes.
The game. However, what we are realizing in this moment is the game was played on her. We all want to take very prominent awareness.
Oh, we're having some internet problems. Must be the satellite man interfering with the internet waves.
And that women in
No,
every
brother.
context of discussion are mentally ill.
No, I'm not smoking right now. My doctor said I can't smoke, so I'm trying to get a new doctor. So in the meanwhile, I can't smoke. Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
At this time. And so if I refer to someone like J-Lo, it's not to make her a hero, but just to bring awareness around a
We'll do a whole show on Carl Hamburger if we have to.
collaborative move, but also it brings education to individuals like Luke Bryan in discussion for you to evolve in awareness and how she did it, as in we will never allow this to happen again. So we all know she started out as a innocent and pure.
I don't know, Sky Parker. That Milton guy, from what I hear, he's kind of the wrong guy to mess with. I don't need him coming up with a wall of shame for me.
Youth of a person that was
Hey, Final Boss.
victimized by Scooter Braun, and
Thank you very much, Final Boss. We do our best. You know what I mean? We just shined our coat up today a little bit.
all of her songs were hokey, fairy tale, and very fairy dust. Her lyrics
Yep, shooting up gorilla dust.
were very childish, just like her personality as she was 14. And if you take a look back at her earlier years as a person in school, no one liked her because she was
Well, I paused by mistake.
just like her grandmother, vile, abusive, know-it-all, didn't get along with anyone because she was the problem. Because in a right situation, she would actually be the bully, except people in the school that she was in weren't willing to sacrifice because they were afraid of their parents, or at some degree afraid of their parents.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
So they never allowed her to step into that role of being a bully. So then she working off brand and imaging as a person who was better than people at the school, making them the villains when she was the villain, and making them victims while she acted as if she was the
Thanks, guy. Appreciate it.
victim. Where she spent most of her time playing the guitar to fulfill her demonic dream of being a musician. And it evolves into using Tim McGraw as that.
Thanks, Cataletto Network. We got to check with Joey first. We don't want him. You know what I mean, getting upset. But I'm glad we made peace with each other, and you guys are the good guys. The Pineapple, the Roach, we're back on good terms. We don't want to upset Joey C. We want to work as united teams. You know, united teams win, divided teams fail. So we all got to get together and work together. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. That was fun though. The little spat we had. I enjoyed that. That kind of stuff we have to do more of, guys. You know, the people demand it. We must do what the people demand around here.
That was one of her very first singles that went viral to bring awareness into how she jumped off of Tim McGraw to become well known. So never once in her career, her life, was she a independent person working off talent. She just chased a carrot with no grounded sensation of creativity. It was all.
I'll double check with Joey. You guys can be tricky nowadays. You know, you can't. Even though you're a good guy, you can't really necessarily believe a. You know what I mean? Looking for my marker. So we'll see. We had a lot of fun.
Do you think somebody else would like that? Well, do they like that? Would they? Does it sound like somebody would like that? which is how most of you operate in creative, because that's not actually creative. That's called gimmicking and manipulation to get something for the person that's supposed to be the creative. It further carries on to where she then, we'll just skip ahead to where she then does a brand deal with Kim Kardashian to then try to get more awareness around her music at the MTV Music Awards, where she was gifted based on the way the market was evolving into a free award, when that award for that particular album actually did in that instant
Lady
belong
K.
to...
See, that's the thing about Lady K. Someone's talking about Lady K. Lady K, that's all he does is laugh and joke and lie and steal. Laughing it up. And we know about his deals. We know about his crimes in Rochester, New York. We know he was arrested in Albion, New York in 1996. And we're planning on doing a show about that because there's something he's trying to hide, and we're not accepting that.
Beyonce, because the level of education, the age, the power, the ballads, the foundation of that particular album was the winning Oscar, which started
Yeah, he's a giggling fool, isn't he, Brandon? Yeah, he's out of control. He's a failed... Carl Hamburger is a failed marketing man. He failed at marketing. He failed. He couldn't do it. He couldn't prove himself. They threw him out in his ear.
trajectory of the end of music. So Kanye West knew that she was going to win the album, and they had a brand deal to say that I'm going to stand up and say that Beyonce should have won, and Taylor Swift's going to know this, that she should have won, but Taylor Swift is selfish and doesn't have value in authentic success, which then creates 80,000 people at her concerts who don't really have value in authentic success. They don't see the benefit of success in actually earning something. And then somehow they all worked in this Pennsylvania Amish weakness status of being an American, where they actually just become the bullies with being sweet and living some weird soft skill life of what they call kindness. It's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It seems like not in any situation are kind skills and soft skills how we survive in America, yet they used it as a business tactic to promote business. And if you're an intelligent person, you can see how they can be beneficial when you are dealing. This is so like multidimensional, but we're not going to go into that. We're talking about Taylor Swift. We then move into the era where she brings all these famous celebrities on.
All right, so like I said, Cardiff, if you're watching, I can send you the link. Rocco, if you're watching, I'll send you the link. If not, that's fine too.
Onto the stage, because she's trying to then again grow the interest by stealing Luke Bryan's fans. Getting herself validated. It's like collabing in the earlier era of what influencer became.
Thanks, Brandon.
Because Luke Bryan was on stage with her, it meant that her music was up to something, but they were singing his music. And then what he doesn't realize back then, but I think you might actually realize today, if you can recall your performance on that stage, that experience of being in front of these people, of her fandomhood, it actually was you there to stop her from doing any harm.
We hear you, Cassandra.
Onto music, not the audience, but you were on the stage to bring awareness into how the people were perceiving what was happening. You were in the thicks of the battle to look like almost like looking around to see.
Does she make sense or does she make sense? Am I right?
Like what you know performance of a real artist to be to what she's trying to create artistry to be.
Skull.
Then you want to add
Skull, Stuttering Johns, whatnot. Wait, what, Brandon? Let me go back. Missed some comments here. You need some high quality H2O. Yeah, you're right. I'm just using tap water. Yeah, just tap water. So Lake Erie tap water is my budget.
in the lining.
It was polluted in probably from the 1920s to 1980s, but that's okay. I'm sure it's clean now. It's filtered.
Of all the men that she supposedly dated, but she never dated any of those people. It was all comedy. It was all paid collabs. It was all to fuel her ego, to the point where she even allowed her fans.
Yeah, definitely, Eric. If you're coming to Buffalo, or if we're meeting at an event, of course. Oh, it's not what you meant? Well, say it again. I'm just an orange, so I don't get things sometimes, guys.
To abuse successful, really talented people like John Mayer, where she literally to this day does not stop abusing the hell out of John Mayer and his guitar, because he knows that she has no talent, because that's one of the conversations that they have. And that girl, because she thinks she has.
Hey, Jackie. Yeah, I felt bad about not doing the morning show and not telling anyone, because I know people adjust their schedule to me, and I felt like I failed my audience when I didn't tell anyone I wasn't going on. Thank you, OJ. Appreciate that, Ozone. And Peter, like I said, I'm not going to Hackamania. I don't feel comfortable in a plane. I don't feel comfortable in a train. I don't want to take my car. And my bike is not operational. You're welcome, Schwab. And I agree with Mike. This lady knows her stuff.
As some form of power somehow in her witchery of Selena Gomez and that whole era.
Eric, just let me know. My email is public. I'll meet with anyone. And if anyone's going to Stunner and John's event this coming Friday, I will be there. So, you know what I look like. Just come up to me and say hi. You're welcome, Coach.
Of nonsensical, because if you take a look at that era, you'll also see Selena Gomez and
thank you, Coach,
Justin Bieber as the evolution to Sabrina Carpenter, with Haley Baldwin in the mix. That's the evolution of where we are today. That all was part of that. Then you want to take a look at her and the audience's reaction to the fact that she was the problem.
You're welcome, Rob Saul's whatnot.
Yet
Glen Falls. Yeah, we can meet there. Thanks a lot, Brendan. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate that, Brendan.
Blamed these men to the point where you actually took Jake Gyllenhaal, go to a bar, and then hang him up on a wall with a rope, and then think it's funny. And then Taylor Swift doesn't say anything about it. She's like, oh, well. The mentality of what you all have become shows everything about who Taylor Swift as your hero. That's not the way you treat people. And the reason people treat you the way they treat you is because of who you are as a person and the conglomerate.
Thanks to Catalog Network. The YouTube kind of hid your comment, but thank you.
Of tar that she created with her music. No talent, no merit, just based off of manipulation and lies and no talent. And being nice, because there's all this layers of her showing up at your weddings, doing some inappropriate things as a celebrity to act as if she's your friend. But in reality, what she was doing is she was using you as a publicity stunt to fuel her brand and image, to act as if you're friends, but you're not friends. She's actually thinks.
I've been drinking Gatorade all day, guys. You ever have one of those days where you, no matter how much you drink, you feel like you're thirsty? It's one of those days for me. Oh.
That you're scum and you're like low lives. To where she then, there's a whole list of this because she even goes into hospitals where she writes a song named Ronan about a child that she actually offs and then doesn't care about that. She just wanted an album song to go viral. To moving even further to this last tour where she, you acted as if she worked really hard, but her performance was sloppy. Her music was terrible and the audience was out of control. Yet she still put no guidelines on how things were. Little did she know that the celebrities in the audience were plants like Blake Lively, or they were undercover operations.
Interesting.
like Tom Cruise and Ashton Kutcher and Bradley Cooper and others like them, to figure out how they could save their children from Taylor Swift and all the Taylor Swifties that are and still are violently abusing the entire globe.
Interesting. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I'll do one or two more, maybe. See if we can find something interesting. I didn't preview any of these.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 4 days, 4 hours with Gary Vaynerchuk. 12 days, 12 hours. You all are very naive, by the way.
Here it comes.
I don't know how many times Gary Vaynerchuk and I have had to prove hammer toes is a sickness, and how many times she's going to do what she's going to do, and the disrespect that you all give to me.
All right, I'll try that. Couch. Thank you.
Actually, let's take this another direction. It's the disrespect you have for yourself and your home country. It's not for me or Gary Vaynerchuk, but it's actually disrespectful to your own wife, your own husband, your own children, your own lives, the culture that we built. It's disrespectful, and it's not a good place to be, to look at a Persian who does those things, or an Armenian, and to buy from those.
Howdy, Sam.
People, to buy what they're selling, whether it's verbiage or whether it's a product that they're trying to sell to you from a sweatshop in China for as little money as possible, because you are a spoiled, rotten influencer who's out to abuse people, and you're doing it emotionally, you're doing it financially, and the Democrat Party were paying you and fueling you to do those things to us, and they called it democracy. I call it abuse. You call it abuse. They call it.
Yeah, just send me an email, Schwab, when you buy this way, and weekends are good for me.
Abuse. Everybody around us call it abuse, except for the people who think they're winning because they're delivering this American influence onto the globe of some third world countries so that they can erotically look at themselves to feel validated. That's all that stuff was that Mona Van did at her blood stake party. More attempts to overpower Americans so that she could be a Beverly Hills hillbilly. She's a hillbilly from the sand.
We agree.
And Nats of Qatar, from some other country that has no idea how to be an American, that's for sure. And all she can do is wave in people's face that she thinks is a value piece of education, that she's Persian. Well, that's really not intelligent. What she also did was she deteriorated any form of respect that we have for those Persian people, to show what they really are up to in every form of existence. Any Persian who saw what Mona Van was doing, it was your obligation, if you were living in the United States of America, to stop her from doing what she was.
Don't get Cassandra going. Don't do it.
Doing to me. It was your job, because that's why you're here. That's why you were invited into this country, is that we could get educated on your culture so that we could stay American. Yet what you did instead is you opened Legance, and then you took her to Miami and you put clothes on her. Those of you who knew that she was up to horrific.
I didn't know.
Horrific things to American people. You moved to this country to participate in American culture, try out American democracy, and try to say goodbye to the heritage of Iran. And it takes a lot of work to do that. However, what you did instead is you allowed a Mona Van to show up at all your parties so that you could bring that into America. And then you didn't stop her from doing it, did you? So now you've ruined your ability to be American, because what you've done is you've tainted the pot of what it looks like to be in this country as somebody who's either a first generation migrant or immigrant, Meaning people are going to look at you now and they're going to judge you, Lagance, because you're Iranian. That's what they're going to do, because I'm going to make sure of it. Because you're not going to sell us on
That's right.
facade and lack of reality. Do you understand that that's how you've always lived your life?
And she has a lot of energy.
Because you're not willing to do the real work that it takes to actually deliver substantial clothing. Now, you just want people to like it because you said it was cool, and you don't even play the game of what the game of business actually is. No one likes your shit because you're a manipulator and you're a liar, and all you do is bring around women like Mona Van to praise your ego so that you all sit in a Ponzi scheme. It's not style. It's copies off other people's stuff. It's not even integral style. It's like literally just slime and scum, because you're slime and scum. Personality of who the person is in charge of the brand and the business, who you invite within the business, how you participate with those people that are bad people, how you turn your back on American culture because you just want
That's right.
to fit in, says everything about how much of a loser your business is. The game of business is to actually do right by the customer, yet I still can't even imagine who your customer is, except you sure look hot in those hot pants, don't you? Look at your hot husband and your lovely children. Look at how fake you are. You don't even
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in a debate with her.
care about being American. Then why are you here? To capitalize off of democracy? So that you don't have to follow law and order, except we have law and order in this country. So you can work off people's naivete, which is actually our strength, which is called vulnerability, of being a good neighbor, of expecting without actually having to expect people to treat you with respect. But that's not what people of Iran or Armenia or any of these people in Hollywood ever do. However, it is expected by your customer.
She knows a lot about customer service.
High moral ground is a really good place to be when you're all unethical and have no morals at all. So you came to this country, Lagance, to steal fashion tactics, to work in a Ponzi scheme off of money that you had when you were in a Persian country or an Iranian country. I don't want your donation.
Yeah, same here, Brendan. Same here.
See, that's how they cover up their filth, is they try to give money to their friends so they can all travel to California to go to the Lagance fashion show or the New York fashion show. Understand what I just said? So it's like
I like cats too, Mike V.
a revolving door of the same motherfuckers supposedly winning in life. When you're not winning in life, you're actually losing in life. However, because you have money and plastic surgery and you look like nightmares and you go to parties and you drink too much and you talk out your buttholes and you have no education and no ethics and no morals, and nobody says to you that you're a piece of crap. And if they do, you violate them or try to. However, that's not
Mike V's cat has no morals. It's fun.
really working for me, is it? It's not really working in this direction, is it? Because I'm stronger than you, because I'm an American and you're from Iran, and Iran is a third world country full of greedy ass people. And that even goes for your poorest people, because even if you let the
Yeah, I think she does have a cat. I think I've seen it in the videos.
poorest person in Iran make more money, they turn into the greediest person of Iran, which means that your whole culture is based on shallow, egotistical, self-centered garbage. And it's only like 10 people out of the history of Iran, and that's being generous, have made it past and out of the Allah syndrome of sickness, while you have fake Christian locations within your country so that you can show people that you are learning terrorism.
That's funny, Mike V. But YouTube hid your comment. I'm sorry about that.
They don't actually,
YouTube is sensitive nowadays.
I don't actually really think that anyone in the Arab countries would ever have a Jesus worshiping church and do that with high moral value. Do you? I mean, really? I mean, a missionary should know that they're being duped when these people are coming. The only reason they invite missionaries into these countries is so that they can learn how to fuck you over with your own shit. You do get that, right? That's actually how they work this shit. But I have to tell you that even those missionaries that go over to other countries, they're not as stupid as you think they are. So you might put a veil over their fucking faces. However, the reality is everyone knows what an Arab is actually up to. Like Christian Dior in front of a Christmas tree with no ornaments, and then the next year you hire a
Sorry, John. Maybe next video we'll go back to Tony Chase. We're just trying to mix it up a little bit. This is all I do is Cassandra and Tony Chase. The show isn't as good because Cardiff isn't as here and Tuki's not here, but we're doing the best we could.
a decorator in your house where they barely put any decorations up. Then you hire a chef. Then you hire a maid. Then you hire a car driver. Then you want to do a brand deal with somebody who's selling an electric car, which is really fun.
Meet you anywhere you want. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Swab. Meet you anywhere you want in Buffalo or anywhere you go, like I said.
Fucking annoying. And then you don't ever show the car again because you didn't actually rent the car out for a lease. It was actually just a rental for some weird ad that you decided to make because you wanted to fit in with cool people with Chloe Flowers. Wow, that's really a great career, isn't it, folks? Think about this as a career. The career being that you literally are up to nothing.
She wouldn't even have this many subscribers, folks, if I didn't tell everyone about her. So she should personally send me a thank you email, but so far she hasn't done that.
Except for hammer toes. Except for acting like a child when you're 40 this year? Happy birthday, by the way. This is your birthday present. It's exposing you more for your blood steak party. While you celebrate yourself by yourself because no one actually wants to be at that dinner party except
You're welcome, Schwab.
for we know that you're going to make more photographs of erotica with you using
Whoa.
AI to generate some form of emotion to disintegrate humanity so that only you can thrive in what you think is success. And that's really the reality of what all this is. Only you deserve to feel happy inside because you just want people to tell you how wonderful you are. Well, you're not wonderful and you're a horrible person and everybody freaking hates you, yet you won't register in your mind. You won't register in your mind because you're too spoiled, you're too self-centered, you're too egotistical, and you have no clue about how to be a real person because you're too busy over there worshiping Allah on your knees.
Go back to Tony Chase.
Yeah,
guys.
that's Allah that was given her the
He's
fingers.
just about done.
And that's
Let's go back to Tony Chase. And then, some people like Tony Chase, some like Cassandra, so try to balance
Oh,
it.
and how you guys doing? This is very important. In reference to my Hollywood friends and celebrities that know me, in reference to my parents and, coming from such a wealthy family, people that know me in Hollywood, among kids, when I was a kid, it was kind of humorous for some of them. And, the point of it is, they used to make silly jokes about me being so wealthy and don't.
Like I said, we got to split it up, folks, because half the people like Tony Chase, half like Cassandra, and I'm trying to do the best I could. I'm not perfect, but I love my country. I'm doing the best I could here.
Don't forget, in reference to my family history, even richer now in reference to accounts. I mean, all the information's in accounts and documented in reference to interest accounts of my parents and grandparents. But of course, my parents are most important in reference to many things of me and family history, of course. But this is on the subject of jokes or humor of other people that know me in Hollywood because I came from like a super billions and billions.
Jackie, this is the legendary Tony Chase. If you haven't seen him, let's watch this video, then we'll go back to her. We'll switch it up. That's true, Mike. They should make a whatnot. They should.
Of my family history of wealth, where like other actors and entertainers, like they thought it was ridiculously wealthy, like filthy wealthy or filthy rich, or in reference to humor of things, what some people would say. Like going to school and having school and my lunches that my mother or the maid or the chef would prepare for.
Tony knows his stuff. I tell you what. That's a confirmed fact. I think he's in his garage or something.
Or me to take to school with me and stuff like that.
Howdy, Chris.
sometimes it was pretty humorous for some people, and going to school in a limousine. My parents and family history in the States are even wealthier now because of interest accounts and other things. But, there are some
If I get a cat, I want a cat too, guys. If I get a cat, my cat's name is going to be Mr. or Mrs. Whiskers. It's a good name.
actors and musicians and ballet performers and people that remember, particular humor and growing up around me and me growing up around them, and some acknowledgments of things,
Oh,
going to school and being in sports or athletics or being in ballet or performing arts, that other kids, we'd make jokes, but we played as kids too, but there's some celebrities and entertainers that probably are just waiting and urging to make rich jokes and comedy, which is in good fun and silliness,
thanks, Couch. Appreciate that.
about comments about knowing me and them coming over to my mother and father's mansions. And, some of these other people was wealthy too. Some of these people was multimillionaires. Their families was multimillionaires. And, they were extremely rich too. A lot of these people are their families that went to some school.
He looks like someone that maybe did have some wealth and his, parents were alive. I don't know.
Schools that I went to. But, in some points of information, they always like to make, rich jokes about me and, humor and things. So it's kind of one of those things where, some people probably miss making those jokes and they can't believe the situation's still going on, that these dirty government people are still holding me hostage. And, reference to historic family wealth, these people trying to steal the accomplishments of my family and business wealth, that these dirty
Mike's cat is zillions of dollars. I believe it. And the mansions.
government people are trying to steal, which is total BS. They have no legal right.
Don't they worship cats in Egypt? That's probably good. I could be wrong about that, but I think so.
Grounds to stand on. But, in reference to celebrity friends and entertainers that want to make rich jokes about how wealthy, my family has been, and, my ballet pizza company is supposed to be doing good. And, I'm still being held hostage in Indianapolis, Indiana at the little house.
Oh, that's where he is, in Indiana. I had no idea where he was. I was thinking New York City or New Jersey or somewhere.
Which, of course, my parents had financial standards, which I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions. And I'm supposed to be around other celebrities that are friends of mine that have known me, people that are, friendly and that wouldn't try to steal from me or try to hurt me and things like that, But these government people are totally endangering my life every single day. So that has to be something.
You can't trust the government people.
That has to be submitted to the courts for the prosecution against the hostage holders, and these people trying to deprive me of my wealth and family history and trust funds, and the legal criticism of these people trying to steal from me. They'll try to say something like, "Oh, they don't think you know how to spend money." They have no connection to any of the monies of my parents' estates. These government people that are trying to criticize me, slandering my character, trying to call me incompetent about money because they're trying to steal my money.
They should give the man his money.
These people need to get prosecuted for their lack of education and their illegal defamation of character as their way of blocking me from my mother and father's estates, as their way of blocking me from
2 weeks
my revenues, people blocking me from my revenues and anything else. That was a commercial on there. But, back to the point of celebrity friends that have known me for a long time. I don't know why you guys haven't been in court, or if you've been in court, what the problem is with these people's ethics.
I'll try it later, Couch. Thank you.
My parents got murdered, and then my parents was frozen. So these people trying to control things would always be a suspect.
You say his parents got murdered and then were frozen?
In reference to holding me hostage as their way of trying to steal from me and my family history. And they have no grounds to stand on. So there's absolutely no legal position for them to criticize anything, because the estates and wealth of my parents has nothing to do with these people's ethnicity or race or religion, has nothing to do with anything about
That's funny, Mike.
these people. These people are blocking me illegally, and they kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions. They have everything they do is a criminal act. Everything they criticize is a criminal act in reference to these government people that are blocking me from my mother and father's estates. They have absolutely no position to do anything. It's communism. And this is not a communist country, and there are documents and guidelines that say this country is not allowed to be a communist country. So whoever's trying to steal estates or trying to steal my family wealth must get prosecuted no matter what.
I know. Especially if it's not what they wanted. Remember the 80s, they had that cryogenics where they froze people. So in 2,000 years, they can come back to life. Maybe he's talking about cryogenics.
Well, back to the point of trying to talk about humor and fun and the silliness of friends and growing up and celebrities and entertainers that have known me, that's like supermodels. We have jokes, reference to being a supermodel and me being a female supermodel and me performing as a male supermodel in fashion shows or in photos and, blah, blah, blah. People can talk about that, whether, being a runway model, a female runway model, or being a male runway model. Messing with my mouth right.
Hey, Detroit. Yeah, my name is Obnoxious John. Sorry I didn't do my morning show. I had stuff going on with the kids and the family. And I'm sorry I didn't put out a release about why I didn't come on. So we're trying to make it up. We're trying to do the evening show here. And that's my statement. And I tried to get Cardiff on. He says he's not coming on
right now. And that's more lawsuits too. Every time they try to make me stutter. And I bought a new corner shelf for my shower. So that satellite man's hitting me in the corner of the mouth and back of the corner of the mouth. They're hitting me here and here and here and here. Then I bought a new shower shelf that goes in the corner for my shower. So they need to file lawsuits against the government for hitting me in the face and teeth too. But, so in reference to celebrities and entertainers, I haven't seen anything about any celebrity or entertainer saying hello to me on the internet or anything. So in reference to people, just keep making those, because every time that I didn't see those, it's more lawsuits against the government's illegal censorship.
Yeah, you guys should all sub to Tony Chase, just like Mike V.
They're illegally censoring things.
Oh, Detroit. No, I can't. I don't want to go to the event. I don't want to take a plane. I don't want to take a train. I don't want to ride my bike. I don't want to take a boat. And I don't want to see. There's people there going there. I don't really want to see a couple of people there. It's not going to be a great show. And that's my statement.
To block me from living my life. And my parents didn't owe these people nothing. I don't owe these people nothing.
Well, I think, so Detroit's asking, am I mad at Blind Mike? I think that's blown over. I think he respects my authority. He respects my show. And it was just a miscommunication. And Blind Mike's a good guy.
It's all illegal hostage crimes against these people. So in reference to celebrities and entertainers, hopefully you're telling good jokes and silly jokes. And
well, I'll probably go back. I just need a little time from Tukey. He's a good guy. He's a good friend of mine. But those guys are giving me a hard time about not going to Heckamania, not making up my mind. And between that and, I had a sick kid and a lot going on at home. And, these guys just like to laugh and joke. So not everything is, you know what I mean? So everything's good, though. I'll probably be back on a show Saturday. We'll see, though.
Good comments and friendly comments and, certain humor, of course, is hilarious. I think some things are funny. But, in reference to certain celebrities that have known me, we had a lot of fun and a lot of fun in the future, too, in reference to.
You're welcome, Detroit.
To silly things and, hanging out in the future. So these people got to get prosecuted for blocking me from hanging out with my friends that are celebrities. And don't forget, I'm a Hollywood A-list celebrity too. So the Screen Actors Union needs to be going after these people for holding a Hollywood A-list celebrity hostage. And these people
I could see him being a Hollywood guy when he was a little younger.
Trying to get free entertainment such as these people holding me hostage and spying on me with satellites and terrorizing my life. So these government people need to get prosecuted for their crimes in every category of whatever the abuses are, the history of the situation, whatever they're depriving me of, my rights, my freedom, my transportation, my mother and father's mansions, my trust funds, revenues, insurance, lawsuit monies, and them blocking me from my religious family history, Catholic and Jewish, and they need to file murder charges in every way against these government people, physical assault in every way, mutilations, defamation of character, assault and battery, physical endurance crimes, such as these people.
You're very welcome, everyone. I'd be nothing without you guys. It means everything to me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you guys.
Torturing me, claiming they were trying to see how much abuse they could put me through. No, that's attempted murder. I was already in a coma when I was little, so I had been injured in several ways. So any abuse of physical assault is attempts of murder and abuse of holding me hostage in captivity.
Tony's a good guy too, isn't he, guys?
So it's a crime every time, no matter what. So in reference to celebrities and friends that know me, hopefully you got some good commentary, some good jokes, and silliness that putting out there on the YouTube videos. And supermodel females, hopefully you're telling some jokes too. Anything of importance in music industry and ballet. How y'all doing? And Olympic sports, how you guys doing? Lots of things of importance. Hopefully people are talking about me or saying something that they know about me, or friendly acknowledgments and competition of.
I agree with Mike. This Tony Chase definitely has multiple revenue streams. He's a good guy, though. He doesn't hurt anyone.
Sports, regulated sports only. Lots of things of importance. The satellite man tried to claim he was in competition by trying to rip off my face and trying to steal my identity. Mine's a royal birth identity. The man has to get charged for trying to impersonate a royal of my race. And I'm a female hermaphrodite too, so the government man has to get prosecuted for that too, for violating my rights and trying to imitate, or he's trying to steal my identity with his impersonators and government tricks.
Interesting, Tony. Interesting. Oh, should we see what Cassandra's doing? Hope everyone's having a good night so far.
So what's going to happen is that they're going to think that they're going to be able to do what I do. And then they're going to try to get you to think the way they
Nice. That's cool, PAA. She got a nice house, doesn't she?
want you to think. And that's just not how
Thanks, Chris. I'm having fun too.
it works. And so most people who are producing artistry are being robbed of creative so that freaks like Paris Hilton can act like a freak and get her daddy's money to put her at the front of the line. Can you think of any other? I mean, it is unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. I think even Cash is mortified for them. He's like shocked. He's absolutely shocked. He's shocked at how actually he knew
I'm shocked too.
Paris Hilton was despicable, but he can't believe how actual despicable she is. How they have no self-regulation of what it means to be humiliated.
Yeah, you think she's in Florida? Yeah, it could be.
They don't understand humiliation because they just put a price
Somewhere probably warm the way she's always dressed like that.
tag on it, and then they hire people to tell them how wonderful they are. What do you feel about that? I'm surprised that you all are not
Thanks, PAA.
disgusted by that. I mean, I'm really surprised. I'm surprised that as people who are trying to start businesses how you would be willing to tolerate that. That's the question. Why are you willing to tolerate it? They don't make
We don't tolerate it, Cassandra. We stand with you.
you feel good. They make you feel bad. See, we can't even get one person to stick around because they don't actually want.
Oh, I know what we
They
could
don't
do.
actually want to be
let's
people. They
snipe
want to be worshipped.
the Catalano Network.
Do you understand?
I know this is something we don't really do at the OJ.
Do you understand that when someone comes on the lawn, they
show,
do not want to have?
We could evolve. Am I right? We could evolve.
Seems like it. So he says that, and then he also says, with a pineapple on a roach. So we were there on the screen because I watched this stream and I wasn't on it, funnily enough. But okay.
Guys, like
so
the
maybe means
Broken
behind
Lions
in the
field,
background.
right?
Yeah.
Before this, I was on really good terms with the pineapple and the roach, and I will still give them the benefit of the doubt.
No. We were there apparently. Go on, carry on.
But, and I'm not going to go as far as to say they lied to me, but I think.
Yeah. So when we messaged you, clearly, when we talked to you, Chad, and we spoke to you about this, we misled you. Okay. We got
they purposely left out some information about this stream that would have decided if I was going to come on or not.
Interesting. Right. Okay.
And I think that is wrong. I'm asking for.
So the rest of it is shit. We don't need to hear the rest. No,
No.
You want the rest?
What Chad is asking for is for us to be on El Horrible's show and him as well.
Yeah, someone else's show.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Which is interesting because I will say this. Chad got his wish. He called into El Horrible yesterday.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
And Rocco said, well, if you're available next week, we'll have you on. Right? So kudos to Chad. Tips the hat off. Well done. Used our name to get on somebody else's show. Fair enough. However,
we've covered that then. We've covered he's a character and the character. It's fine. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. This is Clearwater Chad, the actor that played.
Those guys are laughing and joking. Yeah, you could Mike V. You could always watch the rerun. These guys, they like to laugh and joke and lie and steal, but they're good guys.
Welcome to the pit. Let's go save some lives.
Is it always this busy?
Go on.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. This is Clearwater Chad, the actor that played.
Those guys are laughing and joking. Wait, what are we watching now? Yeah, you could Mike V. You could always watch the rerun. These guys, they like to laugh and joke and lie and steal, but is that what's going on, guys?
Welcome to the pit. Let's go save some lives.
Is it always this busy?
Wait a second.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. This is Clearwater Chad, the actor that played.
I think that's them watching us. Those guys are laughing and joking. See, this is what I talk about. What are we watching now? This is what I'm talking about. When you could always watch the rerun. We're watching. They want to laugh and joke and lie and steal, but is that what's going on, guys?
Welcome to the pit. Let's go save some lives.
With some feedback because we're watching this and we're watching these guys.
Yeah, I mean, let's be
so
honest.
we might have to put World War V back on, guys. If this is the game they're going to play. I think that's them watching us. Those guys are laughing and joking. See, this is what I talk about. What are we watching now? This is what I'm talking about. When you could always watch the rerun. We're watching. They want to laugh and joke and lie and steal, but is that what's going on, guys? See if we can
Welcome to the pit.
All right,
Let's go save some lives.
there's some feedback because we're watching and we're watching these guys.
Yeah, I mean, let's be
So
honest.
we might have to put World War V back on, guys. If this is the game they're going to play. I think that's them watching us. English guys are tricky. Those guys are laughing and joking. This is what I talk about. What are we watching now? This is what I'm talking about. You could always watch the rerun. We're watching. They want to laugh and joke and lie and steal, but is that what's going on? All right, so there's some feedback because we're watching and we're watching these guys. So we might have to put World War V back on, guys. We're watching. We're going to be up all night doing this. Laughing and joking all night. Tony Chase. Okay, now we can put the volume back up. Well, someone definitely got to his face there, Satellite Man. He looks like he's in a shed or the garage or somewhere. I'm live. I'm live. Yeah.
Physical barriers like lids and nets can prevent the bugs from snacking on your delicious treat. Send bugs flying with tabletop fans.
Thanks, Couch, and thanks everyone for bearing with us. That was funny earlier with those guys.
Not just for bugs. Sometimes even the biggest fan needs a little fan.
Oh, he's in somebody else's house.
Set up your trash bin far away from your.
Looks like a garage or a workshop. Like he's gonna make a DeLorean. You know, he's gonna make a time machine or something.
They're burning my ass to the satellite. They're trying to make my ass look ugly. Any ugliness, any damage, any markings, any alterations of the bones, government man gets death penalty.
Wrong day for that.
All these men think that they were outranked. That fucking the previous president just said something. See, Bill Clinton's been stalking me for a long time.
Oh, I love Bill Clinton. He did not do anything improper in 1992 or 1996. That's a fact. And the pineapple agrees.
He thinks he can just talk over me like he thought he owned me or something. You do think that, don't you, you fucking stupid fuck? Didn't Hillary Clinton tell you to leave me alone, Bill Clinton?
Howdy, Kelp.
They even said she filed for divorce against you. Maybe she did. I don't know. That's what somebody communicated. Why don't you go hang out with your other political buddies? You all seem to have the same mentality. You're dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. And very disrespectful, too. That's what they said. That's what they communicated. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton filed for divorce against Bill.
Bill Clinton was not perfect, but he did his best, and he loved this country.
That was like a few weeks ago.
And he never asked anyone to lie, not a single time. He worked hard for the American people. 8 years.
What made you think you had it right fucking up anybody's teeth, man? I just don't understand why the fuck you think sodomizing
Hey, Easy, good to see you.
a person's mouth. I don't know. You're violating the American policies. That's not a justified way of politics to even touch a person. If you can't speak your words without touching people, Bill Clinton or any of you other fucking people, that's a fucking problem, isn't it? You're damaging teeth, man. Hello, Century 21. No, Century 21, you need to deliver something to the mailbox here. You know, I don't know if I should put another little mailbox on the house saying for messages.
Hey, David, how you doing? Or Pizza, how you doing? Been a long time. Great to see you. Talking about the satellite, man. This is Tony Chase.
Just a mailbox, like an open mailbox. Like, you ever seen those, like those newspaper mailboxes? I don't know. Won't Century 21 realty agent send me a letter in the mail with their business card or something?
I still try to catch some of Aaron's videos, but we're more into the satellite man nowadays.
Hey, McDonald's, the satellite man's hitting me in the teeth.
I don't know what McDonald's is going to do with that one, Tony. I'm with you, but That might be a little bit of a stretch. Howdy, Tim.
These fucking people fucking up people's teeth thinking they.
All right, Mike V, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining. Always a pleasure, Mike V.
Thought they'd just say whatever the fuck they wanted to say about a person when they fucked up their teeth. They even got it documented in James Bond movies about satellite technology fucking up people's teeth. Was it in Thunderballs or something? Or one of the other ones? RuPaul said hello or something. I think it was RuPaul.
I'll tell you what, that Catalano network is tricky.
Watching USA Today on here. We're hitting me in the teeth.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate being here.
Satellite man.
Essentials for summer are cold drinking remaining, of course, sunscreen. That's kind of refreshing, summer cooler. Instead of convenience store run for ice, I like to make my own. I like to fill a container with cool water.
I think people in the comments are talking about Tony's bandit. I'm sure that was the satellite man slugged him.
Ample time, about 24 hours to get solid in the freezer. I make these ahead of time. Solid everywhere. A solid block of ice is going to melt slower and keep your cooler colder longer than this ice. And you can also stop that cooler with frozen water bottles. I like to freeze drinkable water and black drink.
And the NASDAQ on there. Something.
Was Tony watching? Is Tony watching TV or whatnot? Oh,
Stay hydrated, stay cool.
what's he doing?
What did anybody eat today? Anything special?
What are you trying to watch there, Tony? I recommend you watch something like Fraggle Rock, something like that. Or what else could he watch? Punky Brewster.
There's a movie Abduction. Nothing but the truth. The shocking truth. Conspiracy films. X-Men. I don't know if this is a movie or this one. Or maybe a cartoon or a documentary.
Wonder what he's gonna watch.
X-File song.
X-Men is unique in comics history. Unlike Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and most other popular superheroes, which were defined by many creators
The heck is he watching?
over decades, the X-Men's wild success is due almost entirely to one writer, Chris Claremont.
I was born in London, abducted by pirates at a young age, transported across the pond to this strange new world. My father wanted to explore medicine.
Do you guys know if Tony has a day job? If he works in the day or he just hangs out? I'm interested.
Over here, my mother wanted better food. It was 5 years after the war. She was tired of rationing. Went to school for the first time, dressed as I would be going to school back home. Shorts and a proper shirt, and a proper sleeveless sweater, and knee socks, and shoes, and a blazer. And didn't last the day. And never did it again. Chris.
I hear you, Coach. I hear you.
Hopefully, everybody on that production is doing pretty good, and maybe they'll have court cases against the government. So, what do you guys know about anything about me besides the bullshit of me having?
I think I'm picturing you working a day job. Just trying to picture where it is, Tony. What do you guys think? I'm thinking probably, I don't know, fast food maybe? Taco Bell or somewhere?
To bitch and complain about bullshit. Like any of my accomplishments. Or athletic ability or sports I've been in.
We know you have several mansions. We know all that, Tony.
This is supposed to be like a information thing too, where people say things that they know instead of bullshit that people make up, or they thought you were a criminal. Stupid shit. I ain't got no time for that shit.
So Abraham Lincoln once said, "Don't believe."
Oh, so Eat More Pizza says he doesn't deliver pizza. I'd agree with that. If he did, he'd probably spend too much time talking with the customers.
Everything you read on the internet. Oh, I see what they did there. Misinformation online is real, and so are its negative and harmful effects. Stay smart. The more you know.
Somebody said that Ashram and Baldassi, Bizarre, settle low. I don't know if they did or not. Somebody communicated that.
The heck is that? It's TV?
And the rhythmic gymnastics coaches of different teams settle low, I guess.
No, I told you. I made up my mind. What was right to leave when he did? Don't say that.
Yeah, he could be CEO.
I know you don't
What does the pineapple think he does? I want to hear from him.
mean it. It's a tradition.
What about the roach? What does the roach think he does? Put it in the comments.
Offset. No. And it dies right here. No. Gloria, open your eyes. What we've been doing is an abomination. And I'll have no part of it. Not anymore. God forgive us.
They're still hitting me in the teeth right here.
Yep, so they're still hitting his teeth like that. That's unfair. It's improper.
snaggletooth, and that causes damage and weakens the safety of the body.
So these guys over there sniping us, they think he's a whatnot dealer, and it's possible. It's possible. Nothing's off the table.
Now they're burning my lips right here, my teeth.
Yeah, I agree with Pizza. He doesn't have a good benefits package. If he did, he can go to the doctor and get some of his ailments fixed.
Fucking dirty motherfuckers. The government allows them to do these things. So the government has to be charged for the things they do.
I agree they should be. They shouldn't be doing this to him.
And whoever the president was that accusated against me, they fabricated. They said, oh, they thought you threatened the president. Time and date, man. Where was I at when you said this? You make any false... Don't forget, everything's copywritten that I ever said.
Yeah, he kind of changed his mind about what happened to his teeth, I believe.
Hey. Everything I've said, everything I do is copywritten. So you can't alter it to make up ways of trying to frame me. If you catch even one alteration, you can get the death penalty. Government man. Reference to any slanderous thing or accusation. Don't forget, my parents was richer than you and owned more.
It's true. Very true. We don't question Johnny Teeth and lie about it.
Plan than any president that's ever been in office. My parents was real royalty of America. And European royalty too. Plus, they're hitting me in the molars over here again.
Yep, we can see that.
So you guys want to listen to music or you want to listen to the TV?
Don't forget to like and subscribe from both channels, the Pineapples channel and my channel, folks. Thank you. Appreciate your support. And even though we don't approve of the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the Catalano Network.
Might be able to put that other light bulb in there. I don't know. Just for the hell of it. I don't know if it'd work or not. Where the lights will flash and be like, wow, like a disco.
Well, is that the phone on the TV? Isn't that it's always interesting when the phone rings on the TV.
I have a couple bulbs. I don't know if it's a colored one or not. Got color to it.
Nice gaming chair.
What do you want, Johnny?
Howdy, Doom.
What? My grandfather died before I was born. I'm drunk. Stop screaming. Stop screaming at me.
So, Couch has a good question. What's Tony Chase's favorite video game? I'm gonna go on the limb and say it's Jupiter Lander or Space Taxi. I know Space Taxi's mine from the Commodore from the 80s.
That satellite man made my cat vomit.
Satellite man made his cat vomit.
He said I had a grandfather who died today. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm sorry, honey. I told you my family was fucked up.
Want to talk about it?
Very good show he's watching.
They made my cat vomit on my sheet.
Oh yeah, Oregon Trail was a good game too. Hey, hi Canadian girl, how you doing? I stand with Canada. Good to see you. Is that the TV or is he doing that?
What's that? I want everybody okay. So what? I'm not here for your money. What do you guys want? Hey, come in.
He's rinsing out the cat. Maybe we'll watch some Space Taxi in a little while. We'll see. Oh. Sorry if I don't sound myself tonight. I think I'm coming out of the cold.
Right across the water. You wouldn't understand the way I would talk.
I'm looking at your planet for 50 years. I've never understood the word you did. What do you want?
I want my planet to come to.
It's a very interesting video.
Oh my God, it's supposed to be fucking onions in here.
What the fuck do you guys want? Dad call you last night? Dad, why the fuck did you call me?
Sounds like the TV's answering him and talking to him. I don't know what's going on.
You didn't? No. Wait, somebody called last night. But it was really fucking late, so I didn't answer it. Didn't leave a message. I had a fucking answering machine, they probably would have.
You say a sentence without using the word fucking.
Fuck you. Place looks really nice, Sam. Yeah? Feel free to clean up. Say anything you like.
That's funny. He's watching Cassandra. This could be.
Dad called me last night. Yeah, forgive me for not giving a fuck. He said we had a grandfather who died yesterday. What? We don't have a grandfather. Yeah, I know. This is what he wanted. Well, fucking drunk. Can't believe anything he says. It's true. It's true. A messenger shows up this morning at my place and hand delivers this to me. What is it? It's an invitation to visit the property our grandfather left us. Property? Says he left us in the town. Are you fucking kidding me? No. Where? It's about 4 hours north of here. Oh shit. So what do we do? First we go to the funeral this Thursday and
Wonder what show he's watching. Yeah, like you said, Cassandra, maybe.
then we check the place out.
Make a weekend out of it. I guess we decide we're going to the hotel.
Are you kidding? I fucking sell it.
Yeah, the first $2,000 of your cut comes to us.
Ain't shit then. So, Lynn?
There's the man.
Fuck yeah. I'll go to it tomorrow. Oh my god. You're not gonna go to the funeral? Dude, what makes you so goddamn chill? Like, fucking construction worker?
It's not bartenders like.
You're welcome, ROWDY. Rowdy. Rowdy.
Okay. Here's a copy of the letter.
Let's keep it clean there, Tony. We don't have to change the channel.
And
You always make me look fat.
map. Yeah.
I gotta eat some stovetop stuffing again. I don't know if this works or not.
What's he doing now?
How can you say that?
I don't think so. I think you wanted to deprive us of a grandfather, like you deprived us of everything else.
Hey, Jamie, how you doing?
Gosh, man! How can you say that? He's already given us more than you ever did. He left us some up north, a motel. I'm sure you already know about that.
You understand?
Don't touch me.
Forget the land.
I'm sure that's what you want. Well, you know what? It's ours now.
Could have been Bill Clinton.
Ours.
I do not know. Hey.
I don't know if the light bulb will work or not.
Kelly.
Very interesting live.
Yeah, I like paisley shirts.
So he did change his shirt.
Might just want to know about paisley colors. Shirts. Alexa, turn on lamp.
Yes, it's waterproof.
We caught him.
Well, then that must be a new feature because I
Turning
know
the
a friend of
script
mine
back.
had
We're
one and
gonna
it
watch
wasn't
a little bit
waterproof at
of.
the time.
Yeah, it's a new features.
They kill
It's
it on
waterproof.
Okay.
I'm investing. I'm investing, Lou. I'm going to get me a electric bike next.
Satellite Man wants to know, Lou, how do you like living in Florida?
I don't
Are
think
there
I've
a
seen
lot of
this one.
snakes around? Serious question.
Yeah, we got him, Brendan.
Well, where I personally live, there's no snakes.
I have no association
And
to
I've been in Florida
TCN.
since '88. You kind of get used to it. Would I mind moving? Sure. I wouldn't mind moving out of the state. But I just don't know where I would want to go.
Buffalo's
Joey's
nice.
missing his own member stream. I mean, Dale, if the man needs a day to get his mind right because he's going through something, that's all good for him.
That's his privilege.
Exactly.
Did he?
Mugshot. Let's go ahead.
If that is true, Mason, that would be hilarious. Oh shit! Let me go look.
Mugshot, you're nice spider. Don't trust the Chinese waterproofing. Well, my scooter didn't come from China. It came from Canada.
Oh, he did. Wow. Wow. Good work, Joey. You made the wrong show, members only.
What happened? He didn't make this members only?
No, he made tomorrow night show members only.
What the hell?
Exactly.
Dark mode? No.
Joey's losing his mind. He don't know what he's doing. We're going to check him in and give him some help.
You know what? I'm not even going to bother him. Just let him be. I have no thoughts on that TCN network. Whoever's running that channel, well, your days are numbered now, bitch.
That's right.
Maybe I'll get a membership by then. Maybe you might. Miss Kitty already gifted one. You never know who might come in and gift more.
That is
I know, Mugshot Unite. That's why you're still here, because you're not a member. Joey is not here for some personal reasons of his own, so he'll be back tomorrow night, hopefully.
We'll see.
Hey, Darth.
You're lucky, Mudshark, because if it was member stream, you might have been able to get away with it if you don't refresh. That might be the trick.
Good.
If you end up refreshing the page, if you were to make the switch, then you might lose out on the stream. If you just leave it as B, you might get lucky. I've learned that. Keep an eye on Joey. Heard he is in a bathroom bent over applying cream to his roids. You might be right, Ronnie. You might be right.
Jesus, Ronnie, how you know all this? You there with Joey or what?
Because he has a remote camera inside of Joey's apartment and he spies on him daily. That's how Ronnie knows so much information. Yeah, Ray. Spider's got to carry the show.
Yeah. Got to carry it well. We'll see, Ray.
So what'd you do today?
Nothing. Got up. What was it? 10 o'clock. Because of fucking wind got me up.
Oh, that's a lovely sound. Your home must be paper thin.
There's no lovely sound when you keep hearing shit outside falling over.
Dude, that's nothing. Move to Florida, they say. You'll love it.
Nah.
All right, let's see. Chris Mack says, whoever is running that TCN channel is 100% doing it to troll Joey to get a rise out of him. I hate to see him giving them what they want, but I know it must be infuriating to have your name used like that. Exactly. And then Mason says, I've heard rumors it's you, Lou, that's behind TCN. You were awfully happy when Joey was cursing Vito and I out. Fuck yeah, I was. That shit was funny. But it ain't my channel. I promise you that. That's right, Ronnie. I caught you on your tactics. I know you. I know how you think. You even got a camera inside Spider's house. Probably on his scooter. That's how you know his bag is messed up.
Yeah, damn, Ronnie. I don't like nobody spying on me now. Damn it.
Well, look at that. You got Oscar Electric as your fan there. Spider's the only good thing on this channel. How are you, buddy? I feel like a kid sneaking into the club as a non-member in here. Again, this is supposed to be a member stream, but Joey accidentally set it to the wrong show. So we'll just leave it at that. We'll fix it tomorrow. If Joey is listening, well, Joey, fix it.
Yeah, fix it.
I don't have super tips up because I don't have it sounding properly. If I did, I would have had.
Hey, brother, yeah, we're on good terms. Me and Joey,
and Ronnie,
we're on good terms for sure.
And everyone else could have dropped their fun little comments. Oscar Spider does have his own channel.
Exactly.
Yeah, Doris, I'm trying not to smoke. My doctor said not to smoke, so I'm just kind of sitting here, even though I miss it.
I just don't see much from it.
Ooh, I keep a close eye on Spider's bag to avoid any more. Yes, Chad. No. What I was saying for me, there's some tweaking I still need to figure out with the OBS.
Yeah, I'm out of weed, Doris.
Until then, I don't have it up. Joey has it fixed on his end, but Joey is not here today. That's why we don't have it up and running. If not, it would have been up and running. And my man Bo is in the house.
Yo.
How you doing this evening, Bo? 11 days, man. 11 days, and baseball's back in full swing.
That is right. Them shitty ass Mets is going down.
Please. Your shitty ass Oreos or your shitty ass fucking Nationals. Ha, please. Yes, Mud Shark. No super tips today. Joey C. Tripudak, member for 2 months.
Yep.
No Joey, no peace. Evening, Lou and Spider. Good evening to you.
Thank you.
Joey over at Catalano Network making deals, probably. But Ronnie Munn, no.
These guys are funny.
No, thank you. Not in the mood. Have a nice day. Good for you, Bo. Good for you. Enjoying your coffee mug, I hope you are.
I am so fucking pissed right now.
Oh, you lose a parlay.
No, we fucking signed Cooper Rush as our backup quarterback.
The Ravens?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But we still gotta fucking get more key players. Defense.
I can't give you your wrench back because that's not I don't have that function, Chad Boozmock. That is a Joey C production. Only he can do it. No, we don't know who's doing that clip channel.
No, we don't. It's under investigation. Until we figure it out.
God damn, Muddy. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. No, Uncle Jack. He might not have the my mom died and they lost her ashes sympathy this time. Oh, I don't know if that's true. I will not comment on something of that nature. I know,
God
Mason.
Damn, Mason. I didn't say Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Darth. I don't know what happened.
I didn't. Yeah, I said Cooper Rush. Damn
I
it.
think I pulled a Joey C on the memberships. I know. I'll have to figure out something to get some memberships.
Not Cup, Mason.
Yeah, they signed Cooper Kupp to 3 years. You think that was a wise move? Does he still have 3 years left in him?
I don't know. Probably so.
Yeah, but Cooper Rush was not a bad backup.
No, he wasn't in Dallas.
All right, everyone. I think I'm gonna get ready for tomorrow here. I want to thank everyone for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And at least if you want to keep watching, you can go right to the Catalano Network and keep watching. And I had a lot of fun tonight. And I'll see you guys really soon. Thank you guys. How do I end this? Thanks, Darth. Thanks, everyone. I had a lot of fun. And that's a fact. And like I said, you can keep watching on Catalano Network. Please subscribe to both channels. Thanks, everyone. Bye now. Thank you. Thanks, guys.